A Cards with Michael production.
What's up, everyone? Cards with Michael here. Today we have a special episode. We'll be talking Core 2021 collector boxes. And should you be buying them? Should you be pre-ordering them? I mean, are they any better or are they worse than Ikoria collectors, which have been pretty good so far? Like, we've opened a bunch. We started pricing them. Ikoria collectors pre-ordered 210, 220. Now they're pushing 270. I see some, 250s here and there, but so far they've been a great investment. If you bought in at 210, didn't even touch them, and now you're reselling them, you definitely made some money. So what should we be expecting of Core 2021? If you like this type of content, give me a little thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and hit that subscribe, get a little 2-for-1. All right, to better illustrate this, we'll go ahead and open a little Ikoria collector box as well. We do have some sponsors today and some birthday shout outs. Greg, Robert, happy birthday. I know it was a whole week ago at this point, so really appreciate you sponsoring. And of course, Tom, thank you so much for sponsoring and happy belated birthday. I know your birthday was Saturday, so sorry we couldn't get that video out earlier for you. All right, let's go ahead and open this. So let's talk about pricing. Ikoria collectors, I believe, they were pre-ordering for 220, 210, 230, 240, in that range, right? We're seeing about the similar thing for Core 2021. I think if you got lucky, you were able to get in at 180s, 190s, 200s. But now, TCG Player I see in the 230s range. eBay, I see the same thing. And I'm not seeing that many stores go too much lower. I think, I've seen 210s, 220s, so that's kind of the same. In terms of pre-order pricing, it's about the same. All right. Nowadays, of course, Ikoria collectors are 270s. Can we expect that from Core 2021? Let's find out. But to make sure we fully understand collector packs, we'll go ahead, open one of these, and just talk about the contents and Ikoria collectors. All right, first pack for Greg. Here we go. Foil token. 4 foil commons, 2 foil uncommons, a foil basic lands, a commander card, a extended art card, a foil card, foil rare, 2 showcase commons and uncommons, a showcase rare, in this case it's a Triumph, awesome, a foil Godzilla, or a box, also called a box topper, and a foil common showcase creature. Right? Not too bad for a first pack. Got a little Triumph in there. Let's open another pack. Let's talk about what we should be expecting in a Core 2021 pack. Foil token. Yep, we expect that in both of the boxes. 4 foil commons with potential common dual lands. Yep, we expect that in both boxes. Parcel Beast and Cunning Nightbonder. 2 foil commons, same exact thing in Core 2021 and Ikoria. And a foil basic. All right, first, I won't say major, but first difference. Core 2021 will only have the 5 showcase basics in this slot. All right. From a financial perspective, let's compare them to the Nyx lands from Theros Beyond Death. Now, both will be available in normal draft boosters. Wizards has already said that. But I think since these showcase lands are not full art, they won't be as valuable per se. But the Nyx lands, there were 2 per collector pack. And there's only gonna be 1 per collector pack. So I think initially they'll probably, be in that, less than $2 range. Maybe islands are gonna be a little bit more as customarily. But I do expect them to kind of keep going down, because not everyone's gonna want them. Now remember, when they first made full art basics in Zendikar, in the common draft spot, it was such a big thing, like $3 or $4 each. Even non-foil. Foils, oh my gosh, even insane. Then they did it again in Battle for Zendikar. Then they did some Judge promos. Then they did an Hour of Devastation. Then they did it in Theros Beyond Death. Then they're gonna do it in Double Masters. Have you seen VIP packs? The $100 packs with 35 cards. 10 of those 35 cards are just gonna be full art lands, non-foil. And then 2 of them are gonna be full art foil. So, there was a period of time that was a big deal, and there's still a lot of demand for basic lands, like nice looking basic lands, full arts, foils, the special ones, the unstable ones, the unhinged ones, right? But I don't think these are going to age particularly that well because they're not full art, for starters, and because they're relatively common. There's only 5 possible ones, okay? And there's going to be 1 in each pack. All right, Commander 2020 card. Wah, wah. This is not gonna be in Core 2021. All right. In fact, there's gonna be two specific card slots that are gonna be very different. You can probably guess which one is the other one. And they are replaced with two other type of cards in Core 2021. All of the packs will have 16 cards. All right. An extended art rare or mythic. Okay. Sweet. Core 2021 will also have an extended art rare or mythic. Foil rare or mythic that can also be an extended art, so it could be a quote unquote box topper. Here we have Survive Triumph, which is an excellent hit. Similar to Core 2021, but one caveat: there's gonna be two of these, two foil rares or mythic in each collector pack. Now, what does that mean? Well, they're kind of making up for the fact that there's no commander card. All right, they gotta put that extra card somewhere. This does mean that Core, without looking at the rest of the pack, collectors from Core 2021 probably have, similar value, I want to say, because the commander cards can go all over the place. A lot of them are worth nothing. Bonder's Ornament, of course. But then we have Fierce Guardianship, Deadly Rollick, Deflecting Swat. Those are all like $10 plus cards. I mean, Fierce Guardianship's like a $30 card. That's like what a mythic would be worth, right? So, just something to keep in mind. Then we have two Showcase Commons on Commons. Same thing for Core 2021. We have a Showcase Rare Mythic. Here we have a Luna Apex of Wishes, all right? Then we have Godzilla Slot. Another big difference. This is not going to be in Core 2021. What is it replaced with? Here's the big kicker. Instead of replacing it with another potentially epic card, if you look at the Core 2021 spoilers, what do they guarantee you instead? A foil, common, or uncommon showcase card. There are only 11 potential foil, common, or uncommon showcase cards. All right, there's a 5 common Planeswalker cards and the 5 uncommon Planeswalker cards, and then there's Cultivate. I guess the best hit you can get in that slot is a foil Cultivate. There's no way that is going to be even close to what a foil Ghidorah is right now, right? So let's keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. And the last slot is similar for both. It's a foil showcase or borderless card of any variant. Any variant. Any possible variant. Could be common, could be rare, could be uncommon, could be mythic. All right. So that last slot, that could be a money slot, right? That could be your foil borderless Ugin, your foil borderless Groom Tutor, your foil borderless Master Worm, or it could be a foil, showcase common Bidoof. All right. Last pack for Greg. All right, here we go. Bonder's Ornament. That is a Bidoof of the commander slot. We'll extend our Mythos. Foil Colossification. And we got the rest of the cards. Ooh, little Mr. DC here. Not too shabby at all. All right, those are 3 packs for Greg. We'll keep going. Robert, once again, another happy birthday shout out to you. I'm not mentioned. I won't really do it in the video, but I do have a special little gift for you guys that I will include in the cards. It'll just be a surprise. Not gonna be in the video. Though Robert did ask me to sign a Nasset Metamorph, and if I don't open him one, then I will make sure to send him one. All right, Molten Echoes. Oh, Voracious Great Chart. See that Octopus. Showcase cards. So remember, Core 2021 has 2 possible showcase cards, or 11 possible showcase cards, and I don't think they're as cool as these comic art creatures. Hey, Narset of the Ancient Way. There are only 3 borderless planeswalkers in Ikoria, all right? It's very simple. But in Core 2021, there's 12 potential borderless cards, all right? There's the 6 planeswalkers, the 5 monocolored ones at Ugin. That's 6, that's half of the other. And the other half are all reprints. Cultivate being the common with the rare logo. That's actually an uncommon in the set, confusing. And then the 3 rare reprints, so Scavenging Ooze, which was the most recently reprinted one, most recently spoiled one, Containment Priest, and of course, Solemn Simulacrum. Whatever. I struggle at pronouncing that right. And then 2 mythics, Massacre Worm and Grim Tutor. So those are the 12 potential borderless cards, all right? Narset of the Ancient Way is one of the 3 borderless cards in Ikoria. Got another little uncommon Godzilla. All right, let's talk about Godzillas for a second. The Godzilla slot in Ikoria collector boxes is way more value than any other slot in the entire pack. All right, if you take out the Godzilla slot, I would say half of the value of the box goes down. Why? Ghidorah, all the foil mythic Godzillas still have a ton of value, and all the rare Godzillas are still in the $10 range or more. And that's just if you get a non-foil. You could potentially get a foil. So because of that, the fact that they're removing it in Core 2021 to me is a huge downgrade from value. All right. And we have a foil Evercold Phoenix. So it is possible to get a foil rare in that last slot, or even a foil mythic, of course, the borderless planeswalkers, but they are definitely rare. And it's definitely a very high variance slot. All right. That was the first pack for Robert. And we'll keep going. 5 more packs. All right, with this pack, we'll talk about extended arts, okay? Something that's a little confusing for anyone that's just opening these collector packs are, of course, there's no commander card in Core 2021, so we don't need to talk about that. Extended art rares and mythics are possible for every single rare mythic that does not have a showcase or a borderless form. Now, this wasn't as confusing in Ikoria, all right? There were very few cards that didn't have an extended art. In terms of rares, there were 10. The 5 Triumphs, and then the 5 showcase rare mutate creatures. So that's Evercold Phoenix, Sea Dasher Octopus, Gem Razor, Cub Warden, those 5. Then the Mythics, there are 8 possible cards that don't have an extended art version. The 3 borderless planeswalkers, which we've talked about already. Then the 5 Apexes, right? 5 Apex mutate creatures that are all 3 colors. Right. Here we have a little Luminous Broodmoth, of course. That was one of the ones that did get mixed in our treatment. A foil Whirlwind of Thought. And we have our 2 showcase cards. Well, here's one of the mythic showcase possible that did not have an extended art treatment. Now, ooh, look at that! Sweet little hit. First mythic Godzilla of the box, excellent. Bio-quartz, my favorite, of course. Now, what's so important about the fact that it's a little bit more complicated in Core 2021? Well, first, they're definitely experimenting differently because, for example, this wasn't possible in Ikoria, but it's now possible in Core 2021. You can have a borderless version of a Planeswalker and a showcase version. So all 6 of the Planeswalkers have a borderless version and a showcase version, all right? So that to itself already just gives you so much more segmentation. That's kind of a special thing. And of course, let's take a moment to talk about Teferi. I'll open a pack, we'll talk about Teferi, all right? Teferi, 4 different versions, or 4 different arts for the same version. So, okay, let's talk about the normal pack card. That's 4 different potential Teferis you can open in just a normal booster pack, right? You can also open the borderless version, which personally I think will be the nicest version. Then we have the showcase versions, all right? There are 4 of those. That already is 9 different versions. We multiply that by 2 because all of those could be possibly in foil. Then we add 1 more because you can get a pre-release Teferi. Wait, we don't add 1 more, we add 4 more. All right, so 9 times 2, that gets us 18. Then you add 4 more potential pre-release versions. Now maybe I'm wrong, maybe they won't do 1 pre-release stamp version for each one. That's 22 Teferis. Hello, isn't that a lot? But can you imagine trying to, you're a seller and you're like inventorying Teferis? Like, I can't imagine not making a mistake. I really can't imagine not making a mistake. You can always look at the number at the bottom right, bottom left, to see which, and each of the Teferi versions, all I guess technically all 11 versions, right? The pre-release ones, the 4 and the borderless version, they all have a specific number. And of course, if they are foil, that dot would be a star instead. Yeah, Frolicker. So here, a little star to denote that it's a foil. Still, I can imagine it being a headache. I think Wizards is really just doing a little experiment here. They're trying to see how will the market react to the fact that we've decided to make 22 different Teferis. Will people like it? They did promise that the theme of Core 2021 would be Teferi. And so here is them delivering their promise. But what does that mean we expect? I mean, the next Core 2021 set, what if they say, all right, we're going to base it on, let's think of another Planeswalker that hasn't gotten a treatment yet. A Johnny. Now we're immediately expecting there are going to be 22 variants of a Johnny. I don't know. I really don't know on that one. I personally find it a little excessive. Let me know what your thoughts are. All right. Triumph, Foilzilla, and Necro Panther. Alright. Not too shabby, not too shabby. Okay. With this pack, we'll talk about, once again, the last 2 slots, alright? Because I think that's huge. And when I say huge, I mean hugely bad for 42021. Well, Deadly Raleigh, alright? I accept that the Commander cards are not in for 2021, and that's fine. And I think that they make up for it with that second foil rare, that potentially could be a second box topper, alright? But for me, speaking of box toppers, let's see Painted Monsters. But for me, what really makes it very easy for me to say for 2021 is not going to have as much value as Ikoria is a Godzilla slot. Here we have a Dora at the perfect 10. Alright, not a very valuable card, but the best possible card in the second to last card slot, alright? Given that we know that they said it's going to be a foil showcase common or uncommon, probably is going to be a foil cultivator. And I can't imagine that being more than like a $3 or $4 card. Right? There's only 11 possible slot cards in that slot. Each box of collectors you open has 12 cards. Now you might get multiples, right? But you're probably gonna see at least one of each of those 11 in the slot foil, and that's it. Gosh, I'm gonna double check right now because the more I think of that, the crazier it is to me. Yeah, that's it. And of course, this last slot. All right, in this case, we got a Huntmaster Liger. In Core 2021, there are a lot more possibilities, all right? Because there's the 5 commons, the 6 uncommons, all right? Then we have all 17 mythic rares, 5 of them being Teferis. 6 of them, 5? Yeah, 5 of them being Teferis, and then 8 possible rares. So maybe, just maybe, and I don't really believe this, but just maybe the value is about stabilized because of the fact that this is more likely to be a rare or a mythic. And honestly, a rare or a Teferi is probably the more accurate way of saying it. I don't know. To me, it's not that's not going to be the case. Really, truly. All right, let's finish out Robert, the last pack. Something of worth noting is there are also going to be dual common lands in the slot. Not a really finance tip, but it does mean that the limited format might be also a multicolor friendly format. Right? Little commander card, Standard Art, Foil, Cloudspiercer, Glow Recluse, Ladrock, Apex of Thunder, and oh, Baby Zilla. Oh man, okay. Great. So, 1 Mythic Godzilla, 4 common Godzillas, and a rare Godzilla. That's kind of honestly about what we'd expect. Of course, that's a borderless Planeswalker in our set. The borderless Planeswalkers are gorgeous, by the way, for 2021. I think they're just so amazingly nice. Something I am a little curious about is, well, what is the distribution of cards going to be like? Is Showcase going to be more rare than borderless, or vice versa? Personally, I think the borderless ones are prettier, and I do think that they should be more rare, just because they're super nice. Look, they truly mean no border. There's no border here, right? Even the extended art cards have a border at the bottom. So you can see they have that black border over here and over here. The only thing is this part is extended, right? In case you never knew the difference. All right, last few packs for Tom. Happy birthday again. We'll close off this video by just opening these packs, and please let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts on Core 2021. Was I able to, influence you at all? We'll probably put some graphics up at the very end as well, just to kind of illustrate the points I'm trying to make in case, I didn't do a very good job. And until then. That's my video. Hope you guys had a good time. Stay tuned for the next one.